I failed the college entrance examination, but my stepsister was recommended to Peking University and became the darling of the whole family. Later, when a fire broke out at home, my brother saved my stepsister and watched me burn to death. Opening my eyes again, I returned to my third year of high school. My stepsister proudly said, "Sister, please give me the recommended spot. I am reborn." Entering the eye is the countdown to the 100 days of the college entrance examination. Sun Ying, who's sitting at the same table, is hugging my arm and playing coquettish. "Sister, please give me the recommended spot." She smiled smugly, without any sense of seeking help, as if determined that I would agree. I was a bit confused and instinctively asked, "What?" Sun Ying, however, thought I was pretending to be foolish and foolish. She immediately released me, frowned, and spoke with a hint of criticism. "Sister, we had an agreement before. With your grades, Qibei will definitely be stable. You can recommend it or not, but I'm still a few dozen points away." I pursed my lips and looked at her calmly. Sun Ying playfully approached again. "Good sister, you know my mother's wishes for us to go to Peking University together. If I didn't pass the exam, she would be so sad." The mother she mentioned was my stepmother. When I was 10 years old, she married my father with Sun Ying. At this moment in her previous life, she fondled my head affectionately and said, "Ying really needs this recommended spot at Peking University. Going to Peking University together in the future can be considered as fulfilling my dream." I lost my mother from a young age and longed for maternal love, so I agreed to my stepmother. But later, when I took the college entrance examination, I suffered from abdominal angina and fell out of order. I didn't know until I died that my stepmother had drugged me for breakfast. At this moment, Sun Ying repeated her old tricks and wanted me to give up this spot. After all, with my grades, as long as I apply, the school will definitely approve me. Faced with her cunning smile, I pulled back my arm expressionless. Then he lightly refused. "No way." Sun Ying didn't expect me to refuse. She was stunned for half a minute before anxiously saying, "You promised my mother when you were at home, but now why do you back out? Do you believe it or not? I told my mother not to take you abroad to play after graduation. My stepmother promised to take us abroad after graduation to persuade me to give up the recommendation. However, in my previous life, I waited and waited, but in the end, their family happily boarded the plane and left me alone at home." Thinking of this, I rolled my lips sarcastically and said, "Who cares?" After speaking, I pulled out the application form in front of her and began to carefully fill out my own information. Sun Ying became anxious and approached to grab the watch. I dodged on my side and reached out with a hook, causing her to immediately fall and eat shit. "Zhang Xueling, do you dare to trip me?" She awkwardly got up from the ground, pointed at my nose and cursed. "If it weren't for my mother, you would be an orphan who no one wants now. How dare you take action on me for a recommendation spot?" I protected the application form and looked very cold. My father passed away 2 years ago. In a parent-teacher conference of the past 2 years, my stepmother often drives me and Sun Ying alone, so all the students in the class know our relationship. Seeing such a commotion between us, they all gathered around. Upon hearing Sun Ying's words, some people immediately said, "That's right, Sun Ying's